This theme is in E minor. So in our key signature, in the treble and the bass, they should both reflect the exact same sharps or flats. They're never going to be different. So if it's easy, you can always just use the treble clef if you're better at reading that to tell you what the key signature is, because they both have to be the same. So this very top line is piercing right through the center of our sharp here, right through that center square. And that top line represents F, because we have every good boy deserves fruit. So it means all of the Fs in the piece are going to be F sharps. So sometimes it's helpful to go ahead and just put a little bit of highlighter or something on any F that you find. It's not just the F on the top line, it's every F. So if there's any in this space, they're going to be F sharps as well. We've also got 4 beats per bar, nice and even, 4 crotchet beats per bar. Our tempo is 130, so it's a little on the fast side. We have 130 beats per minute, and we have 4 beats per bar. The left hand's mostly going to be in charge of keeping that nice and even, because the left hand plays a lot of crotchets. We have some expression up here, so sometimes there'll be some words up here that tell us how to play the piece and what kind of expression to put into it. So legato means smoothly and connected, and dolce means sweetly. So just for example, like these bars over here, to play this sweetly, what we don't want to do is really hammer these chords in. We want to blend everything together really nicely. We want to be gentle with our notes, and we want to be nice and light. This here is a tie. So it's a curved line there. It's joining 2 of the exact same note. So this note's going to hold for 4 beats, and then it continues to hold through the next bar for another 4 beats. So we're not actually going to replay this note. So sometimes it helps to put just a little cross or something through there so you don't accidentally play it again. These little squiggly line things are an arpeggiated chord. So that's a technique in which we don't play them actually as a block straight through. We separate them just very slightly, and we roll our hand upwards because there's a little arrow telling us what direction to roll the chord. I'll show you that a bit more in the practical. It'll make a bit more sense when you see it. Here we've got our dynamics, so we're P, piano, which is soft, and our pedal markings are underneath as usual. So our foot comes up and down and just taps when we get to these. Finger numbers are at the top. So 3 is middle, 4 is ring finger, 5 is pinky, 1 is thumb. Another dynamic change, mezzo forte, moderately loud. And we've got our phrases going through here in a nice steady left hand. This page has some octaves. So if you have trouble reaching octaves, what you can do is just play the top part. Just move your hand up an octave higher than what it was, because it's the exact same melody as what we've had through here. And the left hand's doing almost the same thing. It's just that it's adding an octave into our first little note here. So if it gives you any stress, just move your right hand up just so you get a bit of variation, a bit of contrast, and you can still play that same section through. Dim, diminuendo. So we're gradually getting softer as we go through that section. Moderately soft into a crescendo through here. Decrescendo, gradually getting softer again, getting louder. So the piece is going to rise and fall a little bit here. Now the last thing we've got to look out for is this clef change. So our left hand is going to move up into the treble clef region. So this is still played with the left hand, it's just moved up. So that's still going to be an E and a G and a B. We're just moving up above middle C there. We've got 2 sets of dynamics, so the right hand is playing moderately soft and the left hand is playing very soft. So we've got to balance that out a little bit. Then as we come through to the end, they're both very soft. Ritardando, gradually getting slower, and then we finish on a little arpeggiated chord. So let's have a look at page 1 first. Our right hand's going to start in an E position, thumb on E, it's the one just near middle C. And that arpeggiated chord I was talking about is forming an E minor chord, And what you're doing is just rolling your hand and playing them one at a time and smoothing them together. That then opens up to an octave in bar 3. So the trick is to take the momentum with you and just kind of swing your hand up to the right. So you don't have to hold on to the bottom note because you're going to be holding the pedal down anyway. If you hold them all down, it stops the momentum and it stops your hand from being able to smoothly move up. So we're starting on E minor, opens up to an E octave, keep the G and the B in the middle. You just need to change your fingers to reach them. And then all the other E minor chords are just played normally because they don't have that line on them. They're just regular. So we stay in that position. Middle finger stays on the G. Just move your thumb over, just grab that D at the end of the phrase. So we maintain that position. Still don't have to move. Watch out for F sharp coming up here. Here we move over just a tiny bit to get this C. F sharp. Now the left hand is also going to start on an E. We want to look for middle C. We move down an octave from there and then down another octave for this E. So it's quite low. Nice and soft, and the pedal will just catch it. Then we've got that tie. That's just going to hold the whole way along. And we come up to the next available E. So we're coming up an octave and making an E minor shape. Then all we're doing is just moving our pinky over to D. Keeping the G and the B, but what you can do is change your fingers. Don't forget that's an F sharp, bar 9. And we move back to the E with your pinky, but then these two fingers are going to move over to grab A and C. It's an A minor inverted chord in bar 13. Then a D major, back to E minor, and then this becomes a C chord, a D major, and then E minor. So then if you put it all together, keep the left hand nice and quiet. What we're doing in page 2 is the same melody. We're just doing them as octaves. If you can't reach the octaves, like I said, you can just move your hand up and just play the same melody again. The left hand's also doing the same chords. It's just instead of starting with one note, you're starting with an octave. Pretty quick with your left hand, rely on your pedal. As soon as you hit that first note, that first octave, so I'll just go back to bar 21, let go of it straight away, but let the pedal keep holding it down, otherwise it's going to sound too staccato. With the pedal, it'll be fine. Other than that, it's the same rhythm, and it's the same melody, and it's the same chord progression. You're just going to be playing around with the octaves a little bit more. So let's jump into bar 37. This is where it starts to actually change. Right hand, we've got the C octave, walking up to a D, and then we move right up to this E. So don't forget the F sharp, back to C, and then up to E position. In the meantime, the left hand's got a C octave, then a D, then an E, back to C, so we put all that together. I'll just go nice and slow. So they're going to share that C. So you can let your right hand up. The left hand can take it over. Right hand moves up. Back to your C's. So page 3, we've got a high C octave here, just walking down. And then to middle C with an octave, walking up. The left hand's got your C octave. And back to the C. The right hand's going to have the same melody that it had in the beginning and the same fingers. The only difference is that the left hand is now breaking up the chords and playing one note per beat. Left hand has a little walk down here. Then we move over to the C. And we can put in our writ. And a little arpeggiated chord at the end for the right hand.